Ever wondered what your flight attendants are really talking about behind the galley curtain?
Welcome to Two Guys on a Plane, your go-to podcast for an insider look at flight attendant life.
We're your hosts, Rich and Drew, and we're here to tell you what really goes on at 35,000 feet.
So sit back, relax, we're ready for takeoff.
Welcome back to Two Guys on a Plane. Today we are so excited to talk about this. We asked our audience recently on Threads, what is one thing that really annoys you that other people do on airplanes and airports and on airplanes and in airports that you wish they would stop doing? And the comment section was crazy. So before we get into that, though, speaking of crazy, flying has been a little chaotic lately. Andrew, how is flying going for you?
It's been a little wild. Spring break, obviously. Well, not obviously. It's currently spring break for us. So it's been a little trying.
Passengers have been a little on the wild side lately. I'm not going to lie. Those college kids know how to drink.
Yes, they do. And I inadvertently bid all spring break destinations. So, that was my fault because I didn't check the calendar before I bid last month.
And was failure on your part for sure.
Right. So it is just plain full of 18 to 20 somethings. It was a wild week. And
whether drinking or not, there's still just the rowdiest, most chaotic. I mean, there's school chants. There's people starting.
Yes, it's the school chant.
Sing-alongs. I'm stop.
Yeah. Somebody was we are. And I wanted to pick up the plane and be in public.
Right. Please slow it down there. Yeah. The other day I had a group, it was 4 flights I was working in a day. I don't know what I did to get that to myself that. I clearly screwed myself over, but 4 legs.
Oh, you didn't look at the first day.
No,
you bid for the last day.
I bid for one leg home. Exactly. And so I had 4 flights that day. 3 of the 4 flights, it was a middle school, a high school, and a college group going on some trip, and they were all excited, and you want to be excited for them. You really do. But it's they start sing-alongs. They decide that they want to do their own rendition of Taylor Swift songs, and it's that's cool, but you're not an a cappella group. So it was just off key yelling of random Taylor songs, and no one was in sync. It was a chaotic vibe because you're trying to close bins, get the plane out on time, and they're just singing during boarding, and it's can you guys just sit down maybe? That's really all we're looking for here.
That's it. And I know that you want to sit with your bestie, but you can't.
Gotta sit where you're supposed to sit.
Pick your seats together if that's what you want. But
oh my gosh,
they're all running around the airplane like it's a college dorm room, trying to decide which one of their besties they want to sit with. And it's sit down, just take a deep breath, sit down. It's 3 hours of your life. I know it's going to be the longest 3 hours of your life, but it's 3 hours.
And they are going to ask every 5 or 10 minutes how much longer is left in the flight.
Mm-hmm.
Technology, guys. Technology.
Right. I set the same timer you could have.
Did you at least have some good crews lately?
Honestly, that's been the only saving grace is that I have had phenomenal crews recently.
Yeah. Yes. I've been kind of on a winning streak as well. Most of my crews lately have been fun and energetic. And it's if you have a crappy trip with crazy passengers, you can get through anything with a good crew for sure.
It's always one or the other for me, though. Thankfully, you either have great passengers and a terrible crew, or if the passengers are rowdy, I'm usually with good people.
So very true.
They always balance themselves somehow for me.
Yeah, that's a good point. I definitely, give me a good crew any day and you can get through anything. But yeah, speaking of good crew, bad trip, interesting passengers, we just put something out on Threads, and we really thought that it would be flight attendants responding to this, because we always complain about our pet peeves and things passengers do that tick us off or that we like when they do. And so when we pose those questions of what's one annoying thing that people do on airplanes or in airports that drives you nuts and you wish they'd stop doing, we kind of thought it would just be a bunch of flight attendants or gate agents or things, people that work in aviation. But the comments came flooding in from passengers, fellow passengers, things they see happen on airplanes. And apparently flight attendants are not the only ones who are annoyed at the way people act in public.
I mean, how can you be? If you travel even a little bit, gate lights have to annoy everyone, right?
Yeah. They definitely do. And Mom, if you're listening, gate lice is an affectionate term, oh so affectionate term that we in the industry often use to describe those people that crowd the gate area before they're getting on a flight. And half the time we're talking about like the plane is not even at the gate yet, or we're not even close to boarding time, and there's just people standing there right up at the counter, like ready to scan their boarding pass. And it's like, the crew isn't even on the plane yet. Where are you going? So anyways, that's a note for you.
We're not to threads yet, but that's my pet peeve. Sit down, take a breath.
Gate lice. Yes. Oh my God. That's where we should start.
Because you make it difficult to get through the airport, right? Because you see one person standing in line, and then the next thing you know, you have a full queue that can't figure out how to like curve around with the building in the hallway. So they're like all just piled out into
the middle of the terminal.
Into the middle of the terminal. Yeah. Thank you. I was having trouble with words today.
If you're gonna line up, okay, fine. That's bad enough, but at least have some sort of awareness of where you're lining up. They just veer right into the middle of the concourse, and you're like, people are trying to get through. It goes from like
one person to like 76 people, and you're like, how are you gonna move this into the door?
Yeah, and they have no idea.
No
that they're just
idea at all.
The way.
None.
But yeah, that's a great segue, because let's dive into the comment section, you guys, because it was, well, chaotic to say the least. Of some of the behaviors and things that people are annoyed about are things that I was like, I've seen this, I understand this. And some of them I was like, oh yeah. I could see that really aggravating me, especially as a passenger. So the first one we have here is people standing up 5 times to dig through their backpack in the overhead bin when they could just have it at their feet the entire time. Yes, this is a common thing that we see on planes. It's like you have a little purse or a backpack or something, and they put it in the overhead bin. And
then I need my AirPods. And then I need my water bottle.
Yeah.
And then I need my laptop. And then I need my headphones.
Yeah.
And this is all before we've ever pushed off the gate.
Yes, exactly. During boarding. And it's like, they're the ones who keep getting up and slowing down boarding. So, I just have to grab one more thing. Oh, I just have to grab one more thing. And it's like, if you're going to keep doing that, at least if you're going to be that person, like, have everything ready to just pull out and have with you at your seat, rather than getting up and blocking boarding. Because those are the same people who are like, oh, I can't believe we left late. You're the problem.
Always. Do you have the under seat space, which I get. A lot of people don't want to give that up because, like, comfort. We're already sardined into airplanes as it is. So, like, that little bit of foot space to stretch out is important. So we don't always want to put our backpacks under there. But, like, if you know you're this person, and you should from your last flight, if you're the person who, like, is constantly getting up to get in your little bag, put it under your seat. That's what that space is there for. So you have access to it, because it's always the most inopportune times. And then inevitably they get mad at us for making a PA that's like, we're taxiing, you need to sit down. It's the inopportune time to be up. Please sit down.
That really is always the wildest thing to me, is when passengers do something wrong and somehow it's our fault.
Oh, for sure.
As crew members. It's like, I actually didn't cause this problem. This was actually you that did this, not me.
Right.
You're the one who held up boarding. You're the one who sat down in the wrong seat. Like, you're the one who did all of these things. Please don't yell at the flight crew for things that we didn't do.
I'm standing in the aisle putting on an oxygen mask, and this is the perfect time for you to stand up and get your backpack down.
Yeah.
No.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, what's the next passenger behavior that people wish would stop?
I have wearing pajamas and dragging bed-sized blankets through the terminal.
There's a strong visual with that one. Yeah, I mean, I get that, like, wanting to be comfortable, especially on a long flight, but people really bring their whole, like, bed set with them. And I'm like, are you okay? Is everything all right? Like, why did you bring a comforter and like 3 pillows? Like, what is going on here? We're flying for an hour and a half somewhere.
I blame TikTok for this. All of these like travel hackers who are like, just bring your pillowcase and shove it full of clothes, and you can get triple the amount of stuff on your suitcase, because you know how every airline has the sizers.
Oh my God, yeah.
And so now, like, bring your blanket and hide all your stuff in your suitcase and your pillow, so you don't have to overfill your suitcase.
This is something that's so funny, because I feel like TikTok hacks are such a blessing and such a curse. Like,
correct.
There are some people out there who come up with brilliant ideas, and other people that I'm like, you are ruining everyone's life.
Right.
Not to be dramatic, but you are ruining everyone's life.
Yeah. And that little suitcase that you could pop the wheels off of that fits in every sizer. Brilliant. Thank you for that hack. We love you for that. Stuffing your neck pillow full of like underwear. It's a no for me. It's a no.
I just can't even
because
imagine.
What are you going to do on the way home?
Right.
Like you have to, I mean, I pack similarly, like things go in the same place. So like
now you're putting your dirty underwear in your neck pillow. Awesome look, you guys. Really nailing this one. Yeah, some of those things. But the pillowcase, I mean, it just aggravates me because they're like, oh, it's just my pillow. And I'm like, at this point, it's a whole extra bag. We can see the clothes in it. Yeah.
Even if it's not a whole extra bag, what is so special about your pillow that the hotel can't provide for you when you get there?
Well, I think it's that they want to sleep with it on the plane. And it's like, unless you're in a lie flat seat
on your 36-minute flight,
right? Like unless you're on a lie flat seat in first class or something, I don't understand how you think this pillow is going to help. Like no seat reclines enough for that level of like cushioning. I don't know. I don't get the pillow thing. And in terms of the pajamas and dressing, like.
Don't get me started.
But there's so many options for clothing now where you can be so comfortable and feel like you're wearing pajamas, but you actually look halfway decent. Like you turned me onto those pants that look like nice dress pants.
Oh,
that
like
are
joggers.
Basically joggers. Yeah. I mean, there's ways to do it without looking like...
Athleisure is such a brand right now that you don't need to show up in your pajamas.
Absolutely.
Literally anyone over the age of 5 should not show up in pajamas.
Yeah, the pajama look on an airplane is like... I want to tell the world that I'm mad I'm awake at this hour.
Oh, half of the spring breakers this week came in footy pajamas. I mean, you're like 25.
I know you all have yoga pants. Come on.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, so the next one is people that ask where things are when there are literally signs everywhere. This one drives me bonkers. Not when people ask where things are, but when they ask where things are while standing under the sign that says where things are. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been walking through an airport and someone says, do you know where baggage claim is? And they're literally standing underneath the sign that points very clearly in one direction about where baggage claim is. It's that sort of lack of, like, awareness that gets me. Like, I understand being in an airport and being lost. They're overwhelming places for sure. But sometimes it's like, help me help you, you know, like, let me help you get to a place where you can like be a self-starter here.
I don't mind being asked where baggage claim is, right? Because like sometimes I can be helpful, but as a uniformed crew member, this isn't my airport.
Right.
And I think people think that just because you wear a uniform that you work in that airport.
That's a good point.
And I don't. So like, I'm not being a smart aleck when I say the signage overhead points towards baggage claim because I literally don't know where it is either.
Right.
I can't be like, go out this door, over the bridge, take left, go down the stairs. Like, if we were at home, I could tell you that this is not my airport.
Exactly.
I'm going to have to follow the same signs you are to get you there. So like, help me help you. It's the lavatory for me.
The lavatory.
They like look at the sign that says lavatory and they can't find the bathroom.
Well, yeah, on the plane. It's a whole different animal.
It's on the plane. Outside of the plane, it's weird, chaotic. Like, yes, pay attention to signs, but on the plane, where's the lavatory?
More than off the plane.
Yes. There's not a lot of places we can put lavatories.
And they almost always go for the emergency exit door. And you're like,
always.
Nope, why do you think you can pee there?
Always.
Well, there was that one actually video of a guy or girl, I don't know who it was, but they peed in the galley. Do you remember reading about this? Was
that recently? I think I've had somebody do that on my plane before, so...
Right, you're like, oh, actually, which time when a passenger peed in the galley?
Did I tell you that story?
No, but I'm totally off on a tangent here, but there was someone, I guess the flight attendants locked the doors for landing or something, and they were like, well, I'm just going to pee right here then, and it was like, that's actually not a good option B at all. Right. But yeah, the signage.
There's not enough places there's not a lot of places to put bathrooms on the airplane. And 2, you're looking at the lavatory sign being like, where's the bathroom?
Yeah, no, I would totally agree with that. It's the like cluelessness of it all. But it is funny when you land in a place like Little Rock, Arkansas, or somewhere random, and they're like, "Are you not based here? You don't know everything about this airport?"
Right.
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't live in Little Rock. I
Correct.
don't know what airline has a major hub there, but I don't think it's any of them.
It's not me.
Yeah.
I'm based here, so I can help you with this airport.
Right.
All right, back to our list. I've got stopping dead in their tracks.
Yes, as if they're the only people in the airport. They really think they are sometimes.
Yeah, they do. I think that goes back to like what I was saying earlier about the gate lights moving out into the terminal. Like, step aside. Like, it's a busy place.
Right. It's just the general lack of awareness. Like, these people will just wander through the airport like no one has anywhere to be. And it's like, we're not in a park or something where like a leisurely stroll makes sense. You're out with your family. Like, in an airport, everyone has somewhere to be. So like, maybe think about that before you...
Yeah. Oh, I need coffee.
Continue.
Let me stop right here and like spin in a circle and try to find out where the best coffee shop in this terminal is.
I'm lost and turned around. Let me stop right here and make a really long decision about where I should go next.
You know what's worse for me than the people who stop dead in their tracks? It's the people that walk 6 deep across like these terminals are like roadways, right? Like some people go this way, some people go that way, and you've got 6 people walking towards you, and you're like,
you're not actually in the set of your own music video. There's no reason for you to be right across the concourse like that. Sometimes I wish there were like lines or like traffic lights in airports because people really just act wild. Clue. They're just all over the place. And it's like, you should be able to get pulled over for like drunk walking through airports and veering into other people. Like, ma'am, you're causing a disturbance. Next up on our list, we've got someone that said putting their stuff in a bin that's not near their seat.
Okay, I'm mad at this person for posting it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same. You tell me why first, though.
Well, because it's shared space. And like some of the bins we use for equipment, so you can't always put them directly above your head. And everyone's like, well, that's my bin. It's not your bin. You have the ability to bring your bag on the plane so that you don't have to go to baggage claim to get it. And we did that for you. We did that. We got the bag on the plane for you. Not everyone is going to get it directly above their seat.
Right.
And so I am kind of mad at the poster for this one.
No, I'm in 100% agreement with you on that, because people, especially people that board like last, they really come on and they're just pissed that their space, like they think they own that space right above their seat is theirs. And I'm like, think logically about this. Standard airplane, you've got 6 people in a row across. You've got 3 and 3. There's only really space above that row for like 2, one on each side.
Yeah, like an 8-inch
And
bin.
so once you start thinking about that logistically, okay, now you put yours to the left or the right of that. If that whole row did that, you've now taken up multiple rows of space. Like, it's just from a physical like aspect, it's just not possible that everyone gets to put something directly above their seat.
That important to you, it goes underneath your seat.
Right. Put all your important stuff in the small bag.
And the people who gripe about having to go back, like, you don't have to go to baggage claim anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean I'm going to have to wait for everyone to offload the plane? Yeah. But you don't have to walk to baggage claim.
Yeah.
You can walk right out. Spend an extra 5 minutes to get your bag on the plane.
Small
victory. But you don't have to go to baggage claim later.
Yeah. I don't understand that one. Okay. Not knowing how to pack their liquids. This is not new. I agree with this poster for sure. The people that go into those security lines, even if you're not a frequent flyer or a crew member or anything like that, the people that show up to those security lines surprised by what is being asked of them, like, blow my mind. Did you not Google it? Like, TSA liquid restrictions and things like that have been in effect since 9/11. Like, you've got all these rules and stuff that everyone knows about and that are posted online on websites and airline websites. And it's like,
and there's usually some TSA officer with a megaphone screaming at you what you need to do.
Right. So like,
take your liquids out, take your shoes off, laptops in a bin. Like even if you didn't do all the other things that you just mentioned, there's usually an officer yelling at you about it.
TSA is like that boomer parent that just like yells at you and makes you feel stupid for doing something. And you're like, I'm sorry, I disappointed you. I didn't mean to. I didn't know. But we should have known.
Right. And I get it. Sometimes they're like once a year travelers and rules kind of change in between. And they're like, well, last time I traveled, it was like this. And I hope it's still like that. And you get up there and they're like, now you can keep your shoes on. You don't have to take those off. Or, you know, pre-check has different lines. So like, I get some of the confusion, but at the end of the day, we should err on the side of just taking everything out and off.
Yeah. Be prepared at the maximum level, basically, for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What's next?
Okay. I've got anything on a speaker, any phone on a speaker, get some headphones. When our flight landed the other day, some guy took out a phone call loudly while we were taxiing. We parked and stood up and he told them, I'm still on the plane. I turned, I made eye contact and I said, yes, you are. Hard stare until he hung up. I applaud you for your hard stare. I just need you to know I want to do this a lot.
Whoever wrote this, you're an icon. Yes. I want you on my plane every day.
Yes.
Yeah. The speakerphone thing. It's never quiet either. They're always screaming into their phone, and it's like all 200 people on this plane don't want to be a part of that. Or it's the
FaceTime where you're like doing it like this. Like there's no point for you to be on FaceTime if you were going to hold your phone like this anyways. Like if you're not going to hold it to where the person can see what you're doing and show them around. But if you're going to hold your phone like this anyways, just put the thing to your face.
Yeah, I never get that. People will be FaceTiming with their like tray table down, and it's like they're not even in the shot. It's like, who is watching this video of the ceiling of the airplane?
Right.
That's not fun for anybody, especially not for the other people on the airplane around you.
Not for me. It's not fun for me.
It's definitely not fun for me. Yeah, that one's funny.
But thank you for calling them out. Thank you for your hard stare. We should all learn from that.
Appreciate the humor of that too. Anyone with a sense of humor, you are welcome on our planes anytime. So next up, being unable to handle their frustrations without acting up or acting out. We all want to get to our destination safely and as pleasantly as possible. Being rude, fighting, or cursing is not necessary. Also, these things can get you arrested. Very true, my friend. Very true. It's the like 0 to 60 aggression that people have nowadays. Like small things happen and people just go over the deep end and start screaming at people and swearing at people. And it's like, it's so cliche, but you attract more honey with, what is that phrase? Wow. I should not be.
You're usually really good with puns. Yeah, what's happening with you right now?
It's that phrase. It's like you attract more bees with honey. I have no idea, you guys. What am I talking about? But anyways, whatever that phrase is, it pays to be nice. You can catch more flies with honey. Sure. We'll go with that. But yeah, basically it pays to be nice to people, and you get that in return when you approach someone nicely. Like, even if the situation's frustrating, I know every gate agent, customer service rep, flight attendant, like all of us are the same. If you come at me and you have a problem and you're nice about it and you're just patient and kind, we're all gonna go, to quote Lisa Barlow, we're going to go the distance on this. And like, we're going to make sure that we can help you as much as we can. If you come at us with an attitude and you start swearing and yelling at people, like, I promise you're going to get shut down or kicked off a flight. So yeah, do not recommend that.
Well, and the part I've never understood is that we're on the plane with you. It is just as frustrating for us to be in that situation as it is for you to be in that situation. And then for you to come like yelling at us. Like, I was on a plane the other day and we had to deplane for maintenance. Like, no one wants to deplane for maintenance, I promise. But like, we have to do it. And then the whole plane is like screaming at the flight attendants about how terrible our airline is. And I'm like, this is gonna be a half hour and then we're gonna be underway. And do you know who's gonna be here when we come back? Me. And do you know who you made an enemy of? Me.
You know who you're stuck on a plane with for 4 hours?
Me. Right? I don't understand. And to be clear, this never happens to us at like opportune times, right? Like I don't have maintenance delays on like 30-hour overnights. Right. I have maintenance delays on 8-hour overnights where there are 10-hour overnights where they're going to have to push my rest the next day. Adjust and all of those things, right? Exactly. Or this was my very last leg and we were going home and now I'm delayed into a day off instead of, going home and carrying on with my life like I wanted to. So I promise that your flight crew is just as irritated that whatever's happening as you are, because it never happens at like opportune moments.
100%. All right, what's next?
Not having situational awareness.
This is just the blanket statement for this entire episode.
Yeah. Can you please take your like soundproof headphones off and like just be aware of what's going on around you?
Noise canceling.
Yes, there you go. Please take your noise canceling headphones off and be aware of what's going on around you. It is so frustrating. All of your questions could be answered if you just look up
and listen. Stop, drop, and listen.
Right.
Or
they
whatever.
made airports very easy for people to get around it if you just look up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not standing in the middle of the people mover. Move so people don't run you over.
Oh, the people mover. My God, people on that. If you're one of those people that just stands there, like, how do you get anywhere in life without those things? Like, there's people who just, they set up camp. Their bags are all down. They're not going to get anywhere fast. But yeah, I mean, just go into airports with the general assumption that everyone is going somewhere. Everyone needs to be somewhere. You taking up an entire people mover, moving sidewalk, whatever you want to call it, with like your whole family, it's gonna annoy a lot of people. Your flight crew, but especially other passengers as well.
It goes back to that situational awareness. If no one else is on it with you, take up your space. Let the thing slowly move you wherever you need to go.
Yep.
Take a breather from all the other running through the airport that you had to do. But if there are people behind you trying to get around, be aware.
Yeah.
Let them go. We're in a hurry.
I agree.
Yeah. What do you got next?
Next up is walking around barefoot, especially down the aisles of the plane and to the lavatory. I don't understand this. I never will. You'll never be able to justify it to me. Walking barefoot around a public space like that is mind-blowing. Like, are you okay? Please go to therapy. Like, I honestly, like, I don't get it. I mean, I understand you're on a flight, your feet get swollen or whatever, and you maybe need to like pull your shoe off or wear loose-fitting shoes maybe is a good idea. But getting up, socks and shoes off, walking down the carpet of an airplane that we have seen some things, and then walking into the lavatory where the floor is almost always already wet.
It's not water.
It's not water. It is
water.
Human. Never mind. I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, it's gross. The people like that, I don't even know that it annoys me. It's like, it's a step beyond that. It disgusts me.
Practically, though, why are your shoes off?
Right.
Like, practically speaking, I get that feet swell in the air, but like, have we not watched the news recently? I mean, things happen on airplanes at any time. You might have to be ready to get out. Why are your shoes off?
Yeah.
Put them back on.
Yeah.
Be ready to run.
The other day, I was sitting in the exit row across from a passenger, and we were getting ready to push back from the gate, and she took her shoes off. And like, my instant reaction in my head was like, what if we have to go somewhere?
Right.
But I also don't want to say that to her, and she'll be like, what are you talking about? Where are we going to go? And I'm like, I don't know. What if something happens? Like, it's just the flight attendant brain just spirals, and you but you anticipate like worst case scenario situations. And passengers are like, well, I'm on an 8-hour flight or whatever. I'm going to take my shoes off. And I'm like, can you wait till we're like in the air to take your shoes off?
Just wait till we're up. And then when we're going back down, put them back on. Like, I get it. But practically, there are times when your shoes should really be on.
Yeah.
Particularly when you're going to the bathroom. Stand up and put them back on your feet.
Don't be gross. Guys, don't be gross. What's next?
More grossness. Clipping their nails. It was once in my lifetime, but that was too many. Hearing that sound on a plane is, which you're right, very vom worthy.
There's a lot of hygiene things that you should not be doing on an airplane.
I think there's another one in here too, though, that we can clipping nails and painting your nails. There's another
yes,
one
you're right.
about painting your nails.
You can't paint your nails on an airplane, guys. Nail polish. The fumes are toxic. That's not allowed for.
I'm just thinking about this clipping the nails situation and like the drink behind you having one land in it. Like,
I just threw up a little in my mouth.
This is because they always fly places.
Yes.
Can you imagine going to having one land on your sandwich? I'd be
12C. Would you like a little extra garnish for your Bloody Mary? God, I just can't imagine thinking, you know what? I've got 8 hours here, or 6 hours, or 4 hours, or whatever it is. Let me just clip my toenails. You know what? Maybe you should start shaving too. That would be another fun addition. Maybe wax your eyebrows. I mean, what other fun self-care things? I had an
electric shaver once and go to town. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I don't. Again,
also nail polish is toxic. It's toxic fumes. Don't open that bottle. Keep it to yourself. Common
sense and situational awareness would go a long way for people if they had just lean into it. Galley yoga, all kinds of stretching maneuvers. Ick. I like the ick at the end.
I do like the ick.
Yeah, that for me, this is more, I think, a flight attendant, specifically pet peeve, than a passenger one. But people will get up out of their seats, go to the bathroom, and then just stand in the galley and stretch in our faces. And galley space where our jump seats are is so limited anyway. So it's wild that people will get up and just bend over in front of you, stick their ass in your face, and then are confused why you're annoyed. It's like, I'm sitting here eating my lunch on the 5 minutes I have between services and flights and things like that. And you just bent your ass over in front of my face and farted. Like half the time they fart, let's be honest. And it's like, why do people think that this is okay to do?
I don't know. It was somebody was doing the Running Man in my galley the other day. And I was like, we've been on the plane for 36 minutes.
Right.
How? I know, Netflix has built in a "Are you still watching?" because you just lay there all day long. We know that you're used to sitting and lounging around your house.
That's such a good point.
36 minutes into our flight, do you need to stand up and do the Running Man in the middle of the galley?
That's so true. We as a people are already just very lazy as it is, but put me on a 2-hour flight and I've got to show you my stretches. What is happening here? My gosh, what's next?
Trying to skip rows in front of them to be the first ones off the airplane.
Oh, that's just rude.
So rude. So rude.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
And it's the same person who got on the airplane and is like, I don't understand why we've been bored front to back or back to front. And then the moment the air seatbelt sign goes off, you're parked at the gate, they're the first ones to go from the last row to run up the aisle as farthest as they possibly can to get off first. And I'm like, the door's not even open yet. Yeah,
I just don't understand. If you're sitting in 36B, why do you think you should just jump up and get off before everybody else? I don't understand that logic, and I never will. Next up is eating jerky. The entire cabin smells of...
Don't tell me what I can eat on an airplane.
No. You got to let me finish this one, because the wording, the entire cabin smells of teriyaki flesh.
Okay, but don't tell me what I can eat on an airplane.
I mean, you and I are different on that, though.
He gets mad at me every time I open a bag of jerky on an airplane. He's like,
the food. Oh, yeah, make fun of me. Go for it. It's gross. I'm sorry. Some of these smells, it's too much. It's the tuna, the hard-boiled eggs.
Are you
all
in
the
my
things.
bag right now?
I live with you. I saw you meal prep the other day. I'm sorry for anyone that flies with Andrew. Your galley gonna stink. You are drawn to smellier foods.
That's true. I haven't ever opened a can of sardines on a plane, though. I've seen people do that. Well,
is that where you draw the line?
Sardines, yeah.
Tuna, hard-boiled eggs, jerky.
Yeah, correct.
Knock yourselves out.
I don't do hard-boiled eggs. No.
Isn't that in the tuna?
Well, yeah, but it's different because it is covered in mayonnaise, so it doesn't smell of sulfur like just sitting there eating a hard-boiled egg does. You refrigerate a hard-boiled egg and it just is going to smell like sulfur for the whole time you're there.
For the sake of our marriage, I'm going to let you have this one. Next up, Andrew.
Oh, it's stopping at the top of an escalator.
I don't even think it needs to be discussed.
Are we talking the moment you step off the escalator? Stopping as soon as you ride it up? Or are we talking the people who stop I guess at the top, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but
bottom of it.
You're right.
But the people that have to like let six steps go by to figure out how to get on it.
There are two parts here, because there's the people who like stop right before getting on because they're like scared of it or whatever. I don't really understand that mentality.
They have to like
but they like people like
out.
pile up, and it's like, no, get on or off, get on or off. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But then you're right. You've got the people who also just kind of
step off the escalator and start trying to figure out what they need to do next.
And that's not the time to decide which direction you're going. There's 20 people about to pile up on top of you.
Yeah. If you're going to move one of the, it's the same with the moving walkways too, though. They like people stop like to get on them to like reset their brain, like to watch it roll for a minute. And I don't understand.
Well, I'm sorry. If you're that scared of the moving walkway or the escalator, it's not for you.
Right.
Don't use it.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, last one I have here is people leaving their trash on the plane. They basically are saying, pick up after yourself. Flight attendants collect trash right before we land. And there's a trash can when you get to the terminal. I would hate to see their house. Well, their house is a whole different animal there. But yeah.
But like, how did you miss it?
Right. Because I know for sure, like, even the laziest flight attendants, bare minimum, at the very end of the flight, are walking through on that final cabin prep to pick up trash. Yeah. So, like, I don't understand why you left the place such a mess. I don't get that. This isn't a restaurant. Well, actually, why am I saying that? Like, that's okay. It's not okay in a restaurant either. But yeah, it's not okay on planes or any public spaces. Just be an absolute mess and then not know why.
I totally agree. You knew what you brought on the airplane. You knew what you did during the flight.
Right.
Throw it away. It's not like we didn't come through 76 times.
Well, believe it or not, that is just a glimpse of the many comments we got in this particular question. So what do you think? Go ahead, join the thread at 2 Guys in a Plane threads, or go ahead and email us at podcasts@twoguysinAplane.com. We would love to hear what crazy things are your pet peeves.
The moral of the story is airplanes and airports are already chaotic places. So just bring your common sense with you, even if you have to put it in your backpack. So you can like reach in and grab it every once in a while.
Yeah. So that's all we have for today. Follow us wherever you get your podcast. And hey, if you like our show, leave us a little review.
Join us next time for more humor, heart, and stories from our beverage cart. Did I do it right?
You did it right.
I did it right.
This episode was brought to you by Staff Traveler, the #1 non-rev app. If you travel on standby tickets and are looking to make your journey easy and stress-free, check out the Staff Traveler app in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Visit stafftraveler.com/2guys to learn more and sign up.
An Ironic Media production. Visit us at ironickmedia.com.